Hey heroes, Super Duper Chris here. Thank you for joining me on All These Things TV. If this is your first time, welcome. And if it's not, hey, it's good to see you again. Here at All These Things TV, I make content geared toward the millennial mother and wife to help her live her most fulfilled and inspired life while having a relationship with God. If that is something you're interested in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So today, this is what we got going on. If you couldn't tell by the title, we're talking about my new wedding ring. Love upgrade season. I love it, I love it. But the thing about my wedding ring is that it's a little different from normal. It is a cost-effective ring because, honey, I got 2 kids and life is a budget. This is an opportunity for me to share with you guys a beautiful alternative to spending the thousands of dollars that we spend in wedding rings. And I kind of want to talk about, the essence and the thought process behind my ring and how I feel about marriage and wedding rings, and what I've learned from being young and married and struggling through young marriage and where I am now, and just give a little bit of advice while also reviewing the company that I went through, which is Everly Rings. If you're interested in Everly, you get a chance to see my video so you can hear my reviews about it and how I feel about it before you make a purchase, because that's why we're here on YouTube. We grab things and we share them with you so that you know what you're getting yourself into before you spend your coin. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. When you're single and you're a single woman and you're dating and you're in a serious relationship, the goal, of course, if that's what you're into, is to get married. And the ring is a staple of that. But I feel like because I'm older now, I understand that the ring is not as big of a deal as the marriage. So I kind of want to talk about that, because the ring, of course, you know how it goes. The guy, supposedly, this is what I've heard, he's supposed to spend like 2 to 3 months of his salary on the ring, and then when you get married, you're supposed to add a band to it or something like that. I think that's what I learned. So me being raised in the society that I was raised in, I have this idea that, this ring is supposed to be over the top and amazing. But because of where my husband and I were when we got together, and how even though it was meant to be, it was out of order, I went through a couple of things when it came to my ring. And then I went through a couple of things when it came to my marriage, which made the ring less important than the marriage. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. So I want to give you guys a brief history about my rings. I've been through 3 wedding rings since I've been married. I've only been married 4 years. So the first ring that Dago got me was, he got it for me, let him tell it, he got it for me the same day our first, and I've talked about this in a vlog of ours, where our 1 month anniversary, he spent like $1,000 on this date, and he got me like jewelry and Victoria's Secret, and he built a bear for me, and he took me to this really nice place, and blah, 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 blah. He got me this angel necklace, and when he bought the necklace, he bought my engagement ring at that time. And at that time, we were so backwards. I love being real with y'all. We were so backwards. He was still living with his mom. I was still living with my mom. And one day, randomly in the summer, he proposed to me. And it wasn't no real proposal. It was just like, yeah, you the one. Here, I got you this ring. So I took it. And 4 months into our relationship, we were engaged. Like a month after we got engaged, I was pregnant. It's a whirlwind of things. I'm telling you, it's whirlwind. So I wore that ring until I couldn't fit it anymore, because when you're pregnant, of course, you swell. So I had to take it off and I couldn't wear it anymore. And then when Candace was born, I tried to put it back on and wore it for a couple of months. And I had the hardest time taking it off. One time, my knuckles started bleeding. We had to do the string trick. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. So I couldn't wear my wedding ring at that time anymore. I still have all of my wedding rings. The only reason I don't wear my first wedding ring is because it doesn't fit on any of my fingers. I have man hands, low key. It's true, I have man hands. I just found a sterling silver replacement ring, and went on about my day. Valentine's Day of 2015, my husband decided to get me a new wedding ring, and this one cost quite a bit. He got it from Helzberg, so it came in a nice little burgundy box. He got me other pieces of jewelry along with my ring. He likes to do that. He likes to buy more jewelry than the actual ring because he's extra. He proposed to me, actually proposed to me properly that night when he gave me my most recent wedding ring. And it is white and rose gold, and it has diamonds and blah blah blah. So fast forward to today, my actual wedding ring that I just replaced broke. in 2016, the band actually broke, and this is when we started running into hard times. We had to move. My ring broke, and I didn't want to take it back to Hillsburg because I knew it was going to cost quite a bit for them to repair the band. I just had a feeling that it was going to cost too much. I didn't even think about going because I just was afraid that it was going to cost too much, and I didn't want to do it. So I was like, my wedding ring is broken. If you guys also know about the symbolism of the ring and why the ring is here outside of the sparkly stones came after. You know, when people first started getting married, there was no rings, and then they brought the ring in to symbolize the eternal love that continuously rotates and flows that within a marriage, which is why it's a ring, because there's no break in it. So that's how the ring came to be when it came with marriage, based off of my study and my learning. So this one broke in 2016, and ironically, so did our marriage. Like, we went through so many different things, and if you guys want to hear about everything that happened there, you can go to my year in review video that I did right before 2017 hit. Because I needed to get it out. I needed to be free from 2016. 2016 was a really rough year for me individually and my family, and it was just really rough. So I did a year in review. If you guys are interested in that, it'll be in the cards up here somewhere. After everything had settled and God had brought everybody back together and everything was good and we were getting back in the swing of things, I was like, Fago, my wedding ring is broken. And I felt like it was broken before everything happened on purpose for God to give me. I'm so spiritual that I'm like, this was a sign, and I ignored it, you know. And then I was like, I don't want a broken ring anymore. I want my ring that represents consistent love to be just that. I don't want it to be broken. I don't want it to be any cracks in it. I want a new ring. So he decided to give me one. I happened upon Everly because I was on Instagram, and y'all know how Instagram is. You see a really pretty picture of something, you start looking into it, and you down this rabbit hole, and before you know, you putting something in your cart. It happens all the time. I was looking at a blogger's picture, and she was like, this is my new anniversary band. I love it so much. And I was like, this is cute. And she was like, it didn't, and she was just bragging about how beautiful it was and how cost efficient it was. So I went to their Instagram, and they've only been around about 2 or 3 years, and their slogan is your dream ring for your dream price. So these are sterling silver, rose gold, white gold, yellow gold plated rings with lab created diamonds. I was obsessed. I showed Faye, I was like, oh my God, I want one. So then just recently, he sat me down and he was like, okay, this is the one you're gonna get, so go ahead. I just want you to see it before you get it so that you know. So I didn't really get to pick my ring. He picked it for me. It is a 2-carat halo, I want to say princess cut. So I'm gonna give you guys a close-up and talk about how cost efficient it was, because we paid under $100 for this ring. I'm not really concerned about spending thousands and thousands of dollars on a ring when I'm focused on the marriage, you know. So here's the big bulk of it, you know. As young ladies, we're so caught up on the ring that I feel like we miss the purpose of marriage. The purpose of marriage is to reflect our relationship with Christ. And I feel like sometimes the ring, we get so caught up in the ring and making our hand look pretty, and you know, it's a representation of the man that we're with. But what happens behind the closed doors? Because I had the really expensive ring that we paid a lot of money for, and it broke, and so did our marriage. So the ring didn't mean anything anyway. Thankfully, God had opened our eyes to understand that it's the marriage that needs to be the most worked for. I know for a fact that if I were to get this ring, this type of ring at Hillsburg, it would be $5,000 easily. But now I have it to where I have a beautiful marriage. God is working on both of us. We're both very happy. And I got an upgrade for under $100. It's within our budget. I don't have to worry about not being able to pay bills or put food on the table for a ring that reflects a marriage to somebody else's standards. The most inexpensive thing, if that makes sense. So it's priceless, but you put a lot of work into it to where it's worth so much. So much more than a ring. So I just kind of wanted to tap into that. I had ring envy really bad because I was looking at the wrong things for the longest time. So now I'm grateful that God has blessed us to where I have a beautiful marriage, and on top of that I have a really cost efficient beautiful ring. So if you guys are looking for a travel ring or a pregnancy ring or just a wedding upgrade that's cost efficient, that's not gonna, you know, tarnish on you or turn your finger green, looks just like the real stuff, then, and you don't have a problem with it, because I don't have a problem with it, you guys go check out Everly Rings, because there's a lot of women out here that are wearing these rings as their wedding rings. and the only person that knows the truth is them. I talked to Fago about it because when the ring first came, that I was worried about, you know, people looking at it and people that know us intimately, knowing our situation, knowing good and well that we couldn't afford a super expensive ring for them, so them knowing that it wasn't a real mined diamond, it was a lab created diamond. The only person that knows the truth is you. Now, if that's something that bothers you, then fine, because people are going to glance at it and say that it's beautiful and they're going to keep moving. If they have that, if they're that concerned about what's on your hand, then they have a problem. Really. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I look at somebody's ring and be like, I wonder if that's fake. If that's where you are in your mindset, you probably need to go back to square one and do some praying. We got too many other things to be worried about than if your friend's wedding ring is real diamond or not. Nobody's doing that. I feel like it works for me. I love it. It's beautiful and I'm happy with it. I want to go through what it was packaged like and share a couple of things, and then I'm gonna close this out really quick. It was packaged really, really well, and the good thing is that it shipped very quickly. We ordered it Friday morning and I received it Monday afternoon, so it came really, really quick, and I think that was because their fulfillment center was maybe a state away from me, so it was really, really quick that it got here. They say that I should have waited about a week, but it was just the weekend, and I was so excited about that because I was worried that it was going to take forever. I was also nervous to see if Fago was going to be petty and tell me that I couldn't wear it until our anniversary, but he didn't. He's letting me right now. I'm so excited. It came in this beautiful box, and I just opened it, and then it was the information about Everly. Thank you so much for your Everly order. Each piece stems from our idea of stunning beauty without any compromise. We have made it our mission not only to create the highest quality simulated diamond jewelry, but also to customize an unparalleled customer experience that leaves you with a piece that has your friends saying, where can I get mine? Enjoy your rings and wear them with pride, knowing the stones are conflict-free, eco-friendly, and that your piece is worthy of wows. If you have any comments and questions, blah, 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 contact Everly. So that came with the piece, and then it comes with care instructions. And their slogan is a lot of luxury, a little price. So then the ring came with this bow on it, and I can't put the bow back on, but it just has Everly on the bow. It's packaged very, very beautifully. And it came in this silver colored gray box, and then you open it and then it has an actual ring case. Now the cool thing about Everly is that they not only have engagement rings, but they have bands, and they are famous for stackable bands. So if you guys do check them out, go to their Instagram and you will be blown away. And they have a special going on. They always have specials going on where you can get like 3 stackable bands for like $100, or you can get like an engagement ring and 2 stackable bands for $100. But the ring that I got by itself was $100, and then I had we had a coupon for it for signing up for their mailing list. So we got an extra % off there too. So it was very cost effective for us. It's a beautiful ring, and the ring just sat in the middle, and the ring box is so wide because usually people get a ring and then they get bands. So in the future, I will be attaching a band to this ring. But right now, I just cannot get over it. Like from the distance, it's gorgeous over here. I love it, and I feel fancy with it. I feel so blessed that my husband thought about me to get me a new ring. This ring band is much thicker than the expensive one that we paid for at Hellsberg, so I have confidence that it's not gonna break on me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something from it. I hope you guys check out Everly. You guys let me know if you do. If you fall in love with something over there, let me know. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching today. Thank you guys for hitting play. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.